Hi everyone, I hope whatever videos I am giving you it is quite clear to you, and it is the we have already started the half yearly syllabus yesterday, so please convey that if you have any queries regarding it, and let's start today's topic. Students, it is the continuation part of the respiration in the organisms. Okay, so today I will give you a vivid information about the mechanism of the breathing. In the last classes I have already given you the information about the breathing in the human, but today in the mechanism cases I will teach you about the inhalation mechanism. That means when we are taking in the oxygen rich air into our body, right? This is called the inhalation. The inhalation firstly start with our nostrils, that we have already discussed in the earlier classes of the respiratory system of the human being, right? So first thing is that the chest cavity is surrounded by the ribs on the side. We all know that the lungs is generally covered with the help of the ribs, right? There is a muscular structure called the diaphragm is present at the floor of the chest cavity. The breathing involves movement of the rib cage and the diaphragm. During inhalation, ribs move outward and upward while the diaphragm moves downward, right? Hence the size of the chest cavity increases. So here in this picture, see, I am showing you this. This is the muscular, see, this is the muscle that is known as the diaphragm. Okay, this diaphragm generally relaxes when it generally moves down and the chest expand, right? And the chest expand, that time what will happen, the generally more air can rushes out inside it. So the is generally produce a space inside the lungs. The diaphragm relaxes and there is a generally relaxes means it generally moves downward, and the ribs generally moves outward and upward. You can try by inhalation. When we are taking in the oxygen, see, when we are trying to taking in, see, the ribs generally moves out and upward. Okay, but the diaphragm generally move downward. When it generally move downward, that time what happen, the chest cavity increases, right? And this generally helps the air to move or to pass inside our body. We all know that when we are taking in the oxygen, that means that air is generally rich in the oxygen. That's mean the inhaled air generally contains 21% of oxygen and 0.04% of the carbon dioxide. You have to learn this. Inhaled air generally contains 21% of the oxygen and 0.04% carbon dioxide, whereas the exhaled air generally contains 4.4% of the carbon dioxide and 16.4% oxygen, right? So this is the inhalation procedure we have learned today. In the next class I will teach you the exhalation mechanism. Okay, so please go through it, and if you have any queries regarding it, please convey that. Thank you.